Hello everyone, in the video tutorial we are going to create the solid object like this. The first thing we need to do, we have to create the base that have dimension 70mm by 60mm. After that we have to extrude to make the thickness to 20mm. So I'm going to use the top plane. Click on the top plane, create the rectangle. Click rectangle, set up the center point of the rectangle on the origin and move it out. We'll define to 60mm. For this one, I will define to 70mm. And I have to extrude to 20mm or thickness. Now the base is created. After that we have to create another part of the object. To make sure what we are going to do, we have to check with the 2D drawing. We are going to create this part of the object. It was combined by the cycle. The small cycle is 15mm diameter. The big cycle, it had 20mm radius. For the distance from the top surface of the base to the center point of the cycle, it is 60mm. And we also create the thickness is 20mm. So I'm going to use the face of the base to use the sketching plan by place the mouse on it, press the spacebar to turn on the perspective view. After that we have to create the construction line. We start the start point of the line and move it down. Double click to finish it. We define to 60mm. Click to select it. I will convert it to construction line. I lock it also. After creating the construction line, I have to create a cycle. For the cycle, I will place it on this point of the construction lines. Click it and set up the center point of the cycle. Move it out and define the diameter to 15mm. Click enter to confirm it. After that, I will create another one. Click to set up the center point, move it out and define the diameter to 40mm. The cycle are created. We have to create the vertical line. Start from this edge of the base to the edge of the cycle. So line, click on this edge of the base, move it down, and double click on the edge of the cycle. For the vertical line, we have to apply the vertical constraint, and we also apply the tangent to the line and the cycle also by click both sketch and click tangent. We have to create another vertical line on this side, but I will mirror this line to this side of the cycle. So click it, go to mirror, click this construction line. We use it as the mirroring plane and then click done. After that, we have to trim out the unnecessary segment of the cycle. Click on the default view, click sketch, click trim. I will trim this segment out. For the thickness of this sketch, it will be 20mm. Another part of the object is created, but it's still a separated object, so we have to combine it to a single object. So click the layer, select the body, click body 01 and hold shift key on the keyboard, click body 02, click union, click done. The object is just one single object. So we have to create another part of the object on the face of the base. So we will check on 2D drawing. We are going to create the part of the object like this. It was combined by the cycle. There are 3 cycles. The big one is 60mm diameter, and the small one is 30mm diameter, and the smallest one is 20mm. For the distance from the top surface of the base to the center point of the cycle is 20mm. All these cycles will create the cylinder like this. It has the hole inside it, and it has a 40mm long. So we are going to use the face to sketch. Place the mouse on it. Tap the spacebar to turn on the perspective view. Then I'm going to create the construction line. So click to activate the line and set up the start point of the line on this point of the top surface, the base. Move it up. Double click to finish it. Define the dimension to 60mm. Click to select the line, convert it to construction line. I will lock it also. Then I'm going to create a cycle. Click cycle. Click to set up the center point of the cycle on the top point of the line and move it out. Define the diameter to 60. So we have to enter 60 and then tap the enter key to confirm it. Then I'm going to create a vertical line. So click activate line. Click to set up the start point of the line from this point of the base and move it up. Double click on the edge of the cycle. Click to select the line and click to apply the vertical constraint. Select the cycle and the line. Click tension constraint. I'm going to mirror this line to this side of the sketch. So select this line. We are going to mirror. Click this line. We use it the mirroring plane, and then click done. Click default view. So for the cycle, the top cycle, I will extrude to this direction 5mm. Select it and then drag to this direction and define the dimension to 5mm. For the face, I will extrude to this side to 40mm. So I will define it to 40mm. For the sketch, I will define or make a thickness 10mm. So click and drag to this direction and define it to 10mm. Okay, now the another part of the object are created, but we have to combine it because it's still separate object. So select the body, hold shift, click all the body that we want to combine it to a single object, and then click union. Click done. The single object is created. I will fillet this edge. Click this edge of the object and then define it to 20mm. This side also, select this edge and define it to 20mm. Then I'm going to create a cycle on the face of the cylinder to make the hole. Place it on this surface and tap the space bar to turn on the perspective view. Then I'm going to create 2 cycles. So click cycle, set up the center point on this point of the cylinder. Find the diameter to 20mm. And I'm going to create another one that has the diameter to 30mm. Click on the default view and I will extrude inside the cylinder 6mm. We select both cycle, the big one and the small one. Drag inside to the cylinder and define it to 6mm. And we have to create another hole on this side of the cylinder. I will mirror the hole to this side, but before that I have to create the plane in the middle of the cylinder. Click Add, click Construction Plane, click Construction Type, click Mid Plane, click this surface of the cylinder, another face, the back face of the cylinder, click Done. The plane is created. We will use this plane to use the mirroring plane. Before mirroring, we have to hide the sketch. Select the hole, click this face of the hole, hold Shift key and click another one. Click to More, click Mirror, click the plane that we just created, click Done. Now the hole has created to another side of the cylinder. There I am going to create the hole through the cylinder. I will turn on the diskette. We'll use this cycle to cut through the cylinder. Select it and the arrow and drag the arrow through the cylinder to make the hole. Now the hole is created. After that, I will hide some plane in some sketch that it is not necessary for our sketch. So I click to hide it. Sorry, I will try it again. Click to hide it. Click the body and move it up to the top. We have created the object, but it's still we have to create one more part. It is a rib, so we have to create or model the rib on the middle of to create the rib. We have to create the rectangle on this top of the base, and we have to project it to this surface or the outside surface of cylinder. Place the mouse on it and double press on the space bar to turn on the perspective view, and click this button and click appearance, click to turn on this button, and I'm going to create a rectangle. Click rectangle, set up the center point of the rectangle to the center point of the base and move it up, and then I am define this segment of the rectangle 10 mm. I will click the top segment, drag up the arrow to snap with the edge of the base. For the top segment also, I click it and take the arrow to snap with the edge of the base. The rectangle is created, and I have to create another one on the outside face of the cylinder. Click to select the rectangle that we have just created. Click More, click Project, and click the outside surface of the cylinder, and then click Done. Now the another rectangle has created on the outside of the cylinder, so I'm going to use the loft to create the ribs. So click this button and click appearance, and I will turn off the button. After that, I am going to Tool, click Loft, select the bottom rectangle, select the top rectangle that we just created, the rib we created, click Done. But it is separated part or separated object, so we have to combine it. Click to select body 03, hold 6 on keyboard, click body 02, click Union, click Done. Now the object is created, so it is time for the material. Click Visualization, Select the material that you would like to apply to the object. For me, I'm going to use this material. Click and drag on the object and then release the mouse. The material has applied to the object. Click arrow to go back to default view. The object is created and the material has applied to the object also. Thank you for watching.